Hi, this is Arviya, and this video is basically about uh, like the error in the cremation process, and error in the karma system. What exactly has gone wrong with this planet Earth? क्या यहाँ पे गड़बड़ हो चुका है? So I will just narrate you. I would just narrate you one of my experience, how exactly it was. uh, recently one of my friends father, he had passed away. Like वो एक Christian family से थे. He was from a Christian that family. So I had gone to the funeral जो उनका होता है, and I was curious to see how, because in Hinduism, we cremation occurs in, like, you burn the body, and after that then 13 days of तेरावा बोलते हैं, like for 13 days they do some rituals, puja part and all. What happens in that thing, like energy is produced and that is given to the soul to go towards the क्या बोलते हैं उसको, upper world or upper realms for cleansing and clearing process, healing, and then the rebirth takes place. Like this it happened, this is the process. So I wasn't aware, like I was just curious, like how things work in that Islam, Muslim thing and the Christian thing, because it's a burial system. So I was just curious यहाँ पे होता कैसे है. So जब that we all went to they bring the body at the house, and from there, like, we had gone to the cremations thing, and the body is placed in front of father, and वो father अपना मतलब he starts his prayers, and I was just sitting there and observing, like बहुत like backbencher. I was sitting again the backbencher वाले आते थे. I was sitting very last at the last seat, and I was just observing what is happening. And as soon along with this guy, along with the father, there were two other, like, maybe assistant, I don't know, पता नहीं क्या उनको बोलते हैं, I don't know the terminology of this thing. So they started reciting the prayers, and as soon as they started, maybe it lasted for, I don't, maybe 30-40 minutes or 30. Because see, what was that? That thing was happening in Gujarati. So I exactly don't know which time was the prayer and which time they were actually giving a speech. Just confusing था वो मेरे लिए. And the moment they started, after some time I saw, like I could feel that energy. There came some angels or some beings. They arrived, and they they actually came to take the soul of the body. Like जो body that क्या कैसे बता, I'm not able to frame words. उसकी आत्मा को लेके जाने के लिए आ गए थे. They came to take that soul, and the departed soul take that soul along with them, and to the next realms. But यहाँ पे क्या हो गया था, I didn't tell my friend. His father, like he passed away, like 2 months he was in hospital, and there was some lungs issue and etc etc. But it was a case of black magic. Someone had done something onto him. Now another part comes in, the errors in the karma system. ठीक है, this system, ये जो system या जब भी बना था ये, like I don't know, ये क्रिश्चियनिटी कभी आया है, मतलब 2,000 साल पहले. तो उस टाइम पे, और आई डोंट नो इफ दे वर थॉट अबाउट दिस थिंग, इफ अ सोल इज अफेक्टेड बाय ब्लैक मैजिक और एनी नेगेटिव स्पेल्स और एनीथिंग, ही गेट्स टाइड अप. मतलब कैसे बताऊँ, लाइक आई डोंट नो हाउ कैन आई पुट इट. एग्जाम्पल, 3 people come. Example, I'm just giving you something in layman language, so you example what, so you understand what I'm trying to tell you. Example, that soul जो है, its weight is around 100 kg, example, ठीक है, and the one who is carrying them, like that 100 kg gets divided into like 30 or like, और 10 इधर उधर बांध दो ऐसा. And when a black magic or something happens on that particular soul, so what happens in such a case, the soul is tied on the earthy level. ब्लैक मैजिक केस में ये हो जाता है, बहुत बार हो जाता है. द सोल इज टाइड ऑन टू दैट लेवल. द वेट इंक्रीज ऑफ द सोल, लाइक देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ वेट, और इट इज टाइड से ऐसे हो जाता है. एंड समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपन्स, द क्रिया, और यू दे समटाइम्स थ्रू अ स्पेल, नॉट स्पेल तो चल जाता है, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, भूत वूत या सम deities, not deity, entity if you have left, so even after rebirth also that entity follows that. यहाँ पे भी एक गड़बड़ हुआ है, यहाँ पे also there is an error which I would be describing what exactly, how this thing is what has exactly happened, why is it happening. Okay, so those three example what happened, क्या हो रहा हो, sorry, just excuse me because this thing had happened in the month of, अगेन 1 साल पहले. मैं रिकलेक्ट करके बोल रहा हूँ, इट्स नो वेयर नथिंग रिटर्न. मैं वीडियो है नहीं तो मैं बता नहीं सकता हूँ, बट ये चीज़ है. एंड आई एम जस्ट फ्रेमिंग एग्जाम्पल्स, आई एम लाइक ऑन द रन, आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू फ्रेम एग्जाम्पल्स एंड narrate my understandings to you. Example, if these three can carry a weight of 100 kg and then the soul weight from 100 it goes to 200 or 300 and they are not able to carry. So what happens, they came but they are not able to take him and they go back and soul यहीं पे फंस गया, समझा, and यहाँ पे फंस गया and plus it needs energy to go there. ना फादर तो एक बार पढ़ के चले जाते, बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली हाउ कैन यू सी सोल एंड यू कैन नॉट. सो किसको क्या पता चल रहा है कि यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है, नो वन कम्स टू नो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली हैज हैपेंड. सो ऐसे बहुत बार हो जाता है कि ये लोग यहीं पे फंस जाते हैं, लाइक दे गेट ट्रैप्ड होते हैं. एंड व्हेन दिस थ्री not entities or beings, whatever the higher beings came, and when that black magic was affected when on his body. So I didn't treat him, I didn't even tell my friend, because the Christian thing, the faith itself is different, and at such a time it was already too late. If by the time it was done and maybe I had time, I could fix something, but already like he had entered like the mouth of death or something like that. So there was no way, even if I try to fix even if I try to fix it, it was just not gonna happen. ऐसा था वो. And and ऐसा था that मैंने कुछ बोला नहीं. And when the soul is in the body, even if I try to, I have to take some certain amount. And again I was blocked from taking any case, and although मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. And now when the soul has left the body, it is out of the body, kind of. तो it is easy for me. It is easy, like फिर मेरे ऊपर कर्मा नहीं चढ़ेगा, because I am operating on a soul level. So that time there is no exchange of karma and all. But when it is in the body, the life का like from the birth to whatever age that person has that, तो कर्मा का कैलकुलेशन होता है, वो बैठ जाता है. That karma can get affected because of the bodily attachments. And now it is not bodily, obviously attachments are breaking, but still it is attachments are breaking and it is getting out of the body. But before that thing, it was linked with the body, so I couldn't touch anything. And various emotional and personal reasons, I could not touch, I could not even narrate or tell this thing. So ये वाला system था. And ये कैसा होता, I saw the thing, there is a room, there is sorry, मैं बार ऐसे कर रहा हूँ, so really sorry for that thing. There is a room जहाँ पे ये लोग रहते हैं. These guys do the prayer, and after that there is a way to the cremation ground. After some शायद एक passage होता है, like maybe 10-20 meters, and then that cremation, that area, that thing starts, कबर and all those thing. ये पूरा प्रोसीजर हुआ. And ये लोग जब these three guys had arrived, that higher beings, and that time that body was wrapped like a snake. Not body was wrapped, a snake like structure was wrapped around his body. And I removed that black magic, whatever that spell or that kriya, वो मैंने निकाल दिया. I removed that thing. And then those three entities or जो भी था, they could heal that soul, and whatever they wanted to do in the body, breaking the attachments and everything, they took that thing, and then they they kind of moved away. And plus I also pumped in more energy, because now what has happened, the carrying capacity, example, again it's a layman language, carrying capacity of those three guys was 100. And because of black magic and etc., even if I have removed that kachra and I have removed that nonsense thing, still there is an extra weight which is added onto the soul. So I need to pump some spiritual energy into that soul, so it has its own energy and it can move on the higher level में ऊपर जा सके. अभी ये उनका नसीब था कि वो मेरे से कनेक्टेड थे. It was just their fate that his fate that he was connected to me. That's it. like I knew those guys, so I could do this thing. And then what happened, they took the body towards the cremation, the burial wala system जो Christians का होता है. And as I walked towards that, I felt like there were so many trapped souls, like जिनको बरी किया गया है, and because of various factors, ठीक है. Sometimes what happened, the soul, if a healthy soul, which has been doing the prayers and all everything, and it's a healthy soul, and like going to the church and etc., like on a spiritual level वो अच्छा soul है, and death होता है, and these energy beings come and they take it, because the soul has its own power, it can easily go. But then there comes a soul, agar if it is into drinking, smoking and all such nonsense activity, they end up getting tied on the earthy level, and this is the error. And the moment I was walking towards that, जो burial wala system बना था, like they were burying his father, and maybe there were more than hundreds of souls, hundreds or more than that, and everyone was getting released because of my spiritual energy was getting diverted to everyone, because and everyone मुझे कानों में सुनाई दे रहा था कि thanks, we are grateful, we have been years, since so many years, and blah blah, मतलब बहुत कुछ बोल रहे थे. Just because of my spiritual energy I could at least free that thing. ऐसे अभी now you think there might be so many cremation grounds, so many like Muslims का हो गया, Christians का हो गया, like इतने सारे grounds आएंगे, और ये लोग वहीं पे फंसे पड़े हैं. They're just tied over there because of some error in the karma system and the earth का karma system के ऊपर, nature's karma system. अभी ये karma system क्यों, मतलब why have these things gone wrong, मतलब यहाँ पे क्या exactly गड़बड़ हो गया. So गड़बड़ ये हुआ है that जब भी whenever a soul which is having a kriya or having a lot of karma, जब भी ये ख़त्म हो जाता है, when it जो डेथ हो जाती है, तो जब ऊपर जाता है, when it goes up, पता नहीं यार मैं इंग्लिश और हिंदी बार बार बोल रहा हूँ, छोड़ा, I'll just stick to English only. When it goes to a high level, so what happens over there, like it goes to some cycle, जो purification का होता है, जो भी होता है cycle, for maybe burning karma system and all that thing, and then the soul is again sent to rebirth, something जो proper cycle में जाता है, the one which goes through a proper cycle, not the not the accidental deaths, soul which are just accidental or suicidal thing, which are just restrained, they are restricted from going ahead, or they're just stuck due to various emotional their reasons or whatever the reasons would be. So this happens, ये karma system का error, this is the error of the karma system. And यहाँ पे क्या हुआ, when they created earth, or whatever system they made, it was like they at that time, it was a lot of purity and positivity, and people weren't that negative or ulta सोचने वाला. It was never like that. It was just some level of negativity which is like a healthy negative, like जैसे बोलता है ना, like cholesterol होता है, healthy cholesterol something. So a certain level of negativity again is needed to run the system of like positive, negative, yin yang. It works. It's not only positive which will work. बोth दोनों, you need both the things by default. So यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, there is a extreme shoot of negativity, and this was not calculated by deities or the higher energies. ये miscalculation हुआ है. There is a big miscalculation in this whole system, and because of that multiple errors are being caused. Accidental कुछ not all accidental, but some accidental deaths like by rash or anything, or suicide का नहीं, but accidental mostly मिसकैलकुलेशंस काफ़ी सारे हो गए. अब यहाँ पे और एक चीज़ यहाँ पे क्या हो गए, they had to do a system like I don't know how much of this is system, because while seeing psychically I saw this thing. It is like when a soul passes through some certain cleansing and all process, that machine which was made, example if there is some 100 kgs of क्या बोल सकता, a load of negativity or कचरा, or like a garbage, basically garbage. If there is 100 kg of garbage on a person, so it was supposed to be like that thing is supposed to remove more than 70%, and with the 30% that person can go again to rebirth and then to clear all his thing. that's how the system was supposed to be. But यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, that the machine that I'm telling you in layman language is not exactly like this. They work very differently. So I'm in a layman language, that machine was which was supposed to remove a certain type of a certain level of garbage. That was its capacity of removing 510 kgs, because that time, at the time it was made, the garbage collected was merely or just nearly 2-3 kilos. So 5 kg was the maximum they kept it. But now instead of 5 kg, it is more than 50-60 kg, and that machine is not operating properly. So person with whatever karma they have done, like example 100 kg is a thing, and when they are going through the machine, that machine is not blocking them, just not doing anything. It is just simply, sending out, बोलते हैं जैसे in a car assembly, like if there is a fault in a car, it just goes back again. So that thing is not happening. And the souls with extra heavy karma, like whatever karma, are again being reborn, again being born again. And again, what happens when a person with say एक example देता हूँ, sorry just breaking between, if someone is having good karma, or like saint or something, or someone with positivity, he will always spread positivity. He would emit positivity, like a photosynthesis, like not plant कैसे oxygen emit करते हैं, plants emit oxygen. So it works like that. But a person with having extreme negative karma, what is he gonna contribute in the nature? It's all gonna क्या बोलते हैं उसको, नेगेटिविटी ही वो इमिट करेगा. ही विल इमिट नेगेटिविटी, ही विल इमिट नेगेटिव इमोशंस, नेगेटिव एक्टिविटीज़. यही होने वाला है उसके साथ. सो दिस इज़ द बिग एरर. दैट thing which was designed like couple of millions of years ago for a certain level of functioning, they didn't think that it can go this wrong, this level of extent. They didn't think that it can go, this extent of being wrong and miscalculations. And they thought accordingly that people will go with positivity and a slight of the balance for negative, like a salt is added in the food. So it was like that. But suddenly negativity, the way it shot up, shoot up, jo bhi word hai yaar, at that moment they understood what has gone wrong, and then they started taking the what can be done next to prevent this thing. Then they kept on higher souls came, like preaching and all, positivity, bhakti marg and all the thing. But still preaching positivity is different, but removing negativity from the ground, that is another level. So मेरे जैसे लोगों को भेज दे, like people like me have been sent and to clear all this nonsense of negative, because for negativity you need to thrash them, you to just cut it down or like slash or जो भी है, you have to talk in their own language. If someone is abusing you, you have to abuse them. You cannot भाई प्यार से बात करो, वो अभी नहीं चलता है. Because of all this thing, it is the thing, the negativity has gone out of hands. यहाँ पे ये गड़बड़ सिस्टम हो गया. सो कमिंग बैक टू द पॉइंट, द क्रिमेशन वाला, hundreds of souls kept on thanking me, thank you, and I was just getting all these thoughts in my head. And someone saying we were stuck for so many years, because of some किसी का accident हुआ है, किसी का. And the main thing what happened in the Christian, the not community बोलता हूँ, the rituals, the prayers which are done are not enough to get that. Again, they were functional when they were created, because the level of negativity was less. And as we progress, like every day we are just adding tons and tons of negativity, and so that is the reason it's being very difficult. That the prayer system, it will only work when the person has been living a very righteous Christian life, or like going to the churches every weekend or alternate, जैसा भी है वो घर पे प्रेयर कर रहा है, ये सब उसके लिए वो बरियल सिस्टम काम करेगा. बट जो नॉर्मल लोग हैं, दारू सुट्टा पीने वाले, भाई तुम यहीं पे सड़ जाओगे. like there is no way you can get out. So if you are from anyone who is following me of that community, please go to churches and start praying and all, or go to energy centers, like जैसे शिवलिंग होता है, like not promoting Hinduism directly, but it will just boost your spiritual energy. So this is the error in the cremation setup because of all this thing. And और क्या था इसमें मुझे बोलना था, एक मिनट. सो और एक चीज़ था डीटीज़ के बारे में. DTs का karma system. See what happens. No matter how powerful or any which ways the DTs are, they will never play with your karma. They can guide you towards. They can guide you towards helping you get rid of karma. But they can. No one will take the load of your karma because then they are answerable. Because the whole system is designed. Earth system is the problem. क्या है ना, जैसे अपना इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है भाई, जिसने भी लिखा है, लाइक अम्बेडकर जी ने जो भी लिखा है, ही थॉट इन अ राइटियस वे. ओके, इज़ अ वेरी राइट विजन. उन्होंने जिस हिसाब से सोचा, द वे ही रोट इट. बट द mentality, the mindset of the people, the same thing which was made for the righteous way is now used in a negative way, because it takes so much time to get a justice in the Indian system. It is so much time. It is very just disheartening and very sad that people have misused law, try to bend it, break it, और ये सारी चीज़ें हम करते हैं. ये चल रहा है, ये सारी चीज़ें. So again, whom to blame onto this thing. And I will tell you another thing. The earth system, if I want to, like, I have got the access to change some certain things. But problem kya hai, the error is it's like I am Windows 11, like with the highest configuration. It's like there is a computer which is attached to the mother nature. Like I'm telling you in an extreme layman language. So if I want to, that is like Windows 95 or 90, the extreme first version. If I just press enter, it will take a day to just, if I type one letter A in the notepad example, it will take a day to type. I mean, that's how slow that earth system is. It was not made, or it was not designed. So why my journey was difficult? Because for achieving that thing, I have to prove something on a karma level. So that's the reason I kept on bearing things. I kept on, so many negativity and etc. I bet because I have to, एक हिसाब देना पड़ता है. I have to qualify, I have to testify the earth's karma system, then I will get that thing. They randomly could have added many spiritual abilities onto me, but for that I have to justify. If this rule wasn't there, my spiritual journey would have been very, very extremely easy of reaching to point where I am right now. So that is the thing. एंड और क्या था यार इसमें बोलना. मिसकैलकुलेशंस तो मैंने बोल दिया. पॉज करो कि नहीं, छोड़ो. और एक इसमें दो तीन चीज़ें मैं ऐड कर सकता हूँ. Okay, this is regarding karma. So मैं बोल देता हूँ how I dealt with karma. जैसे with one of my disciple, I had done 5 Jyotirlings, okay, in a one go, and that is not again allowed. See, it's not visiting Jyotirling. If you just visit any of the Jyotirling, you absorb a certain level. A human body can absorb maybe 5-10%. 10% भी बहुत ज़्यादा बोल रहा हूँ. Maybe 2-3% or 5% max of energy. And with me, like when your guru is there, or again everything depends on how powerful or how much energy can he transfer towards his disciple. So with me, when my disciple travel, he could absorb 70%. And when you do such a thing, there is a limit of just doing maximum with, if you are absorbing 70% from one energy of from one Jyotirling. So maximum is 2, or by mistakenly like added 3. You cannot do more than 3 Jyotirling. And in one go we did nearly like one visit we did 5 Jyotirling, and the whole year I kept on traveling with him, like different Jyotirling. And again I was absorbing that energy, not absorbing, basically transferring that energy from absorbing that energy into me and transferring it to him for his spiritual upliftment. But what happened over here, because of this thing, a heavy karma error had happened. And so for clearing all that thing, we had to nearly blow up 50,000 or around shayad in the nature. And we planted like 40,000 ka trees, and 10 trees मतलब वो छोटे छोटे plants like पौधे and all, and 10,000 का like I think so dog food था, like I feed those trees and all. So I did that for clearing that the imbalance which was created. सो देर आर पता नहीं यार किसने मतलब ये अर्थ के लॉज यार जिसने भी लिखे रहेंगे ये मोस्टली आरवी ने ही लिखे हैं द हायर वर्जन. तो दे हैव रिटन इट सो डिटेली, लाइक ये लॉज कहीं और नहीं है. बाकी जगह पे इट इज़ अ वेरी इजी सिस्टम, बट ओनली अर्थ इट इज़ वेरी स्क्रूड अप, मेस्ड अप, एफ्ड अप सिस्टम. And because of this law, you need to follow everything. You just cannot randomly, break all law. For getting, see, if you want to develop spiritual and all, you have to go with the bylaws and in-laws and in-law जो भी within the laws, in a legal way. ऐसा चीज़ें होती है यहाँ पे. And now getting back to the karma. My next disciple, नाम विशाल करके. तो विशाल का सीन ये था कि उसके कर्मा बहुत हैवी थे, उसके बहुत हैवी कर्मा थे. एंड हाउ ही इज़ आई थिंक सो 40-41 जो भी है यार, इतनी उम्र का है, मुझसे 5-6 साल बड़ा है. एंड उसको मैं ऐसे झटका रहा था, मैं उसको हटा रहा था, लाइक आई वॉज ट्राइंग टू किक हिम, लाइक नॉट एक्चुअली बट he was like just coming for spirituality. He was just behind me for 2-3 years. And I was like नहीं मेरे को नहीं चाहिए, मैं झटका रहा था. I was just kicking him off ऐसे, like shooing him away. And finally okay fine, तू आ जा अभी. And when he came, he exactly came, he also checked me through his sister and other sources, like will my spirituality be with this guy or other guy. And his background was maybe he might end up making a detailed video on his experience with me, but यहाँ पे मैं short में बता रहा हूँ जो मैं गाली गलौज करता था उसके साथ. he did multiple courses like 2-3 lakhs जो भी spirituality के लिए, तंत्र, मतलब पता नहीं बहुत कुछ किया उसने. And still no one was able to figure out, he was not able to meditate. वो मेडिटेशन कर ही नहीं पा रहा था. he used to feel restless and basically he was not able to meditate. And for that he came to me like क्या reason है, why am I not able to meditate. So while checking his system I saw like 72nd like father's father ऐसा. तो 72nd जो था 72 और 73 अराउंड, someone had done some blunder, like कुछ बड़ा वॉर या कुछ तो उन्होंने अगड़म तगड़म किया था वहाँ पे. And even see now another thing, Narayan Nagbali pooja, it's carried out in Nashik for clearing the Pitra dosh and Pitra ancestral thing. But when your ancestral is residing at 72nd level wala, there is no way you can touch those levels. It is impossible to touch those levels. So I said him to Nashik mein ja, like you go in Nashik in Maharashtra and there this puja is carried out. But for even that 7 generations Pitra, even if you have to clear those karma, you have to like हर साल every year for 10 years you have to do it. Then the basically again everything what happens, see what the puja and all, what is the outcome of this puja. You do any puja, any Hindu rituals, at the end of the puja and end of the ritual an energy is created and that is passed on. So Pitra and all ancestral, you cannot feed them any khana and water and food and water. So these things, they are like unfulfilled wishes or anything is left with this puja that is compensated. The puja creates energy and they are जो भी word है यार ये, unfulfilled wishes are compensated by this energy. This is the layman, I'm just explaining you the layman language in a technical way. ऐसा होता है. So when you do like 10 years every year, if you do that puja or twice in a year, you do it for 5-6 years, then at least that energy will pass on to 7. Now when it is 72, how can you access that thing? And I have luckily like I had the access of all this thing. So I went through his ancestral thing and मैंने वहाँ पे changes कर दिए. I did whatever I wanted to and with it hardly took me maybe 5-10 minutes or 15-20 or half an hour तो लगा ही नहीं था, 5-10-15 मिनट में हो गया. And after that thing, within 1.5 month, not 1.5 month, yeah, 1 to 1.5 month, he could meditate and he was going deep into meditation, which he wasn't able to go. And the day he spoke to me, even before joining also, he said that only like after speaking to you itself, once or twice I could go in a deep meditation, which was not possible in so many years. This was the thing. Now what I cleared was actually 70 to 80%. Still 20% was left, which he had to do it himself. So what happens every day, some other event happens with me, like some spiritual event or some indications or anything happens with me, and he was writing everything down. Earlier previous one was writing, and after that he started writing for 6 months. He did it for April, like September 26 से लेके April 26 तक उसने किया मेरे लिए, and with all the timestamps कि this to this date and by this so and so person, that's it. And the 20% of karma, I was kind of burning that karma by making him slog, because there was a lot of information which was being not discovered or passed on everything, and he used to write day and night. पहले mobile में first he used to record my calls, then he used to listen and then write. Then he decided he started writing from bullet points. Then he used to type and like weekly लिखता था for like 3-4 hours. He used to sit and all. And then I used to abuse him, like माँ बहन की सब गालियाँ. In front of his wife I was abusing him, and I had no option but I had to abuse him. And he took the abuse for nearly 2.5 months, and finally he said, गुरुजी मुझे नहीं करना है, मुझे छोड़ना है. Not छोड़ना है, yeah, even he said छोड़ना है मुझे, because my abusing part was being excess for him. And he even said me, when he was into some whichever with his friends in band and all, so he used, and दो लोग उनसे छोटे थे, like those guys were younger to him, and he used to abuse him. So he said, Guruji, I think so that karma is being showered onto me, what I had done some years back. I don't know, whatever it is. For me the purpose was different, to uplift you spiritually, because when a guru abuses you, with his abuse, with his sharp words, he can remove the karma. So I was abusing him, and at a point, till that time he wasn't knowing, but that by abusing I was removing his karma. He wasn't aware of that. I was aware of that fact. I abused him MCBC in front of his wife, and बहुत बार. And finally he said, Guruji मुझे बहुत बुरा लगता है. I feel bad that you abused me in front of my wife or anything. Like okay. And the energies which were guiding or whatever way favors were done for him, it's like my lineage comes from a higher level, and a higher level, when I'm trying to uplift someone who is at a normal level, so they get like kind of थोड़ा ego पे आ जाता है, like on a spiritual level you are nothing, and when we are helping you, you are showing your tantrums, and they stopped it. And after they, like, I didn't abuse him. After that I stopped, because I was just doing what I was trying to, like what was said to me. So then abusing stopped, and then the writing part also stopped. वो भी रुक गया. Even then what happened, I used to talk to him every day. I used to like 2-3 घंटा कभी बात कर, 2-3 hours I'm talking to him or something, and whatever pains I was having or some other thing what I was having, like I was sharing with him. And again this guy messed up. He ends up telling me, Guruji मैं क्या करूँगा इसको सुन के, like this is a problem, मतलब it is not helping me spiritually ऐसा. And that was the biggest blunder he could do. That was the biggest blunder वो कर सकता था. And I felt bad that, but then later on when those energies came in, and मैंने उसके अच्छे से क्लास ले ली कि यार मतलब तुम है कौन, like in 10,000 into 10,000 lifetimes you are behind me, you are nowhere around me, and how dare you said this thing. And what I was talking to, I was burning your karma. And because he said me, just don't share all this thing with me, because he said this thing to me, because he I seeing from his point, it was like he just came for normal spirituality, and with me he was like sitting on the top of a mountain and meditating. It was like मेरे साथ तपस्या के लिए बैठना पड़ रहा था. So that's how he was like someone who is not ready for military, and you put him in a military thing, he would just try to run away from that. So that he cannot be blamed for disrespecting or anything. It is not meant for even if you put me in army, I would just run away, because I am not ready for the spiritual endurance or the spiritual pushing the thresholds of my physical thing. So same thing happened with him. He was not ready for such a thing. And finally he said, मेरे को like what is, how am I benefiting, etc. And then this thing also stopped. And after that day, then our calls became limited. Calls became very limited, and I said him, whatever I could give you, I have given, and after that your thing ends right now. And whatever your karma, because still that 20% of the karma came on my head, and came onto my head, and that when I'm talking to him, I was actually because of his karma, I was getting that left and right and etc., and I was burning that karma heavily, and that thing I was sharing my problem with him, and when he said stop, the next day I got off like I felt very light, and then that thing hit him a bit on a physical level and here and there. Obviously, the karma, when it went back, I kind of diverted in such a way that it doesn't affect him on a physical level, because it just multiplies and goes back. So this is how I kind of dodged or managed his karma point. And also this was the thing, again, this is not part of the the video system, and not the video system यार, जो जिस नाम से मैंने with the name of the video, this is not a part of that, but just I added. And another thing I would tell you, like we used to have a couple of question answers, and he once asked me like Guruji, before you, I saw deities and I knew they were perfect, and वो लोग काफ़ी perfect है, like how can they make errors like this? How can they make errors like this? कर्मा मिसकैलकुलेशन हो गया, या किसी का कभी deities को वश में करना, like tantrics and all, they block your deities, they block your ancestral who cannot help you, and then they try to take your life or harm you. So how is this thing happening? माँ काली हो गया, या any other भैरव हो गया, all any you name any deity, it can be controlled or it can be blocked. Why is this happening? And deities are supposed to be perfect, the earth system is supposed to be perfect. Why do you think, why is it happening like that? So I said him one thing. See, it's not that miscalculations or cannot happen. It happens over there. I gave him a very layman language example. I said, you have seen this actor Hrithik Roshan. What do you feel about him? Like, he's a perfect guy. He's a perfect, like looks में अच्छा है, and very well behaved and etc. अच्छा dancer है, everything सब अच्छा बोला. So like you are seeing him from a very distant. You go near to him, not physical level पे. तुम उसके पास में जाओ, be around him, be with him. You will understand all the drawbacks. That's the difference. Now then I asked him, you were seeing me like on my YouTube videos and all, you were just seeing me. What was your vision? What was your thought about me? He said that you are powerful and things are very much in your control, and this is the perception what you had. But when you are seeing me very closely every day or some other time, I'm crying and I'm in a pain or I'm being emotional और कुछ ना कुछ हो रहा है मेरे साथ. But for the people who are away, they think I'm as perfect as I am. I look perfect, there is no problem, I can defeat negative. नहीं, ये मेरा ये दूर से देख रहे हैं. But when you're going towards the deity, like merging with the deity or going towards it, then you're saying, okay, there are a lot of errors. So same thing. You are seeing deities and all from your eyes, but now you're seeing everything through my eyes. And these are the errors which are happening. The deities are being, and everything is happening because earth ka karma system issue. And even I had not taught him, I showed him, why is it happening, why the earth population system, it is बढ़ रहा है या ऐसे कुछ हो रहा है, why it is increasing. Number of people are being born with heavy karmas. Obviously when people are born with heavy karmas, the weight on earth, the karma level of earth, on the weight on earth increases, and the people who are sitting above deities, like I will tell you, like माँ काली और शिव and all these energies, उनके ऊपर बहुत बड़े लोग हैं, like Parabrahma and all these things. It's like a higher form of Shiva or higher form of Shiva. So not Sadashiv, but we call Shiva because that is the term available on the earth. ऐसे कोई for those guys we don't have any term on earth itself, so I'm just calling it Shiva and the other जो भी बोल सकते हैं. अब ये सब टर्म बोलते बोलते मैं भूल गया मुझे क्या बोलना था. हाँ, द पीपल हु आर सिटिंग द हाईएस्ट लेवल, जो ऊपर बैठे हैं, वो हाउ दे परसीव अर्थ, हाउ डू दे परसीव, हाउ दे सी अर्थ, दे डोंट सी इमोशंस. यस, और एक पॉइंट था, डीटीज नॉट डीटीज के जो ऊपर बैठे हैं, दे डोंट सेंस इमोशन. डीटीज हैव अ टेम्परामेंट, डीटीज हैव इमोशनल एंगल एस्पेक्ट होता है उनका टिल सम एक्सटेंट, till some extent they have this emotional angle and all. But the who are above deities, who have created deities जो भी बोल सकते हो, so they don't have the emotional angle. And when souls are heavily born with heavily the times of karma on their head, on their whatever shoulder soul ka shoulder जो भी है. So what in a certain level, certain area the karma has increased. Then they have example I will tell you layman language. They have different faders, different buttons. If you press one button, then earthquake आ गया. दूसरा बटन you press another button, then flood आ गया. तीसरा बटन कुछ भलता ही आ गया, and people die. It is they are not seeing, you see that what have I done, why has he left earlier and all this thing. If you are spiritually active means you wear a special patch, and that badge is seen by them. I am just giving you in layman language. I'm making you understand how spirituality acts over here. If you are spiritual, then you will be, efforts would be put to keep you safe, not on the angle of never and not on the angle of bhai mera beta hai, I have a family, I have a bacha, I have a wife, and this is not the angle of for saving you. Only spirituality is the one that will really save you, and your good karma, I will tell you, if you have a tremendous terrific karma, it can override the power of deities, the karma. This can work. I'm telling you this thing. So again ये होता है spirituality uplift होने के लिए, you have to burn your karmas, and then you connect with the deities, and then after deities the next level is those higher energies. But again, if you're बोलते ना, this is the way, but again you have a very extremely good karma, you can directly get connected to those higher beings. ऐसा होता है. सो अब ये सब मैं बोल गया. सो जो हायर लेवल ऑफ एग्जाम्पल शिवाज या जो भी सेजेस होते हैं, लाइक द सेजेस हुआ ऑपरेटिंग देन फंक्शनिंग यूनिवर्स एंड अर्थ एस्पेशली ऑल दिस थिंग. सो दे डोंट सी इमोशंस. दे लाइक उत्तराखंड और हिमाचल और जहाँ पे मुंबई, एनी वे फ्लडिंग हैपन्स और डिजास्टर्स, एनीथिंग हैपन, लैंडस्लाइड्स एंड पीपल डाई. दे आर नॉट killing people, they are just removing the burden from earth. They are just seeing this thing as a karma. They are not seeing you as people, so they don't understand emotions. They are just saying earth is getting burdened by karma, we have to remove this thing. Already the system is being messed up, and they are just trying their hard, or they are trying their bit to resolve these errors. That's it. ये फंडा चलता है. This is how the system works. So don't think like कि हमने भगवान का इतना किया and we have done so much and blah blah blah, and still one of our relative passed out, I got this blah blah. It's part of the karma system, part of the earth's error, or earth's karma error system. This has gone wrong. Just because it is allowed, or that machine or that mechanism is not able to filter out or send the souls back to go slog and from your 100 karma remove 70%, then you will be allowed to burn that much. Because what happens if that 30%, with that 30% in one lifetime, that person can cover the karma. But a person if is born with a karma of like 100% or 100 kgs, and maximum he can burn is 20-25 kg, then again plus now out of 100 he just burned 25 kg, so that 75 is left, and in this lifetime itself he would be creating some level of karma. Again that thing, वो 75 हो गया, उसने और 30-40 कर दिया, तो 100 का 100, it became 110-120, and again he goes up, again that karma piles up, that thing is not functioning, and again he is being born. So that cycle is being polluted, is being corrupted, and that corruption and all this thing, the corruption is increasing. All these things are happening because of this karma system. This error has happened while creating earth, while programming. No one thought of this thing, and by the time they got aware that this has gone wrong, बोला हाथ से चला गया, that thing, that time, not time flies, हाथ से छूट गई चीज़ें. Things got out of their hands, and now they cannot fix this thing. The plan is that to purify as much, or to uplift the souls which are pure and positive, and take them and place them in some different universe and all, and the kachra one, the not so that with good karmas and all, to be left over here for certain time, and then they will wrap up this thing. And plus obviously they have to remove the negativity from the earth, because earth is being द हब ऑफ नेगेटिविटी, जैसे आई विल गिव यू एग्जांपल, ये थोड़ा डाइवर्ट हो रहा है कर्मा से, बट झेल लो अभी मेरे को. Like in a basket of like a box of mango or apple, one gets corrupt, one gets decayed. That decaying spreads to other. So same thing, earth has being a hub and a source of negativity, and breeding source of negativity, and that the neighboring universes and जो life being जहाँ पे है, like you call them aliens, but aliens are basically an evolved version of us. भाई उनके लिए हम एलियन है, फॉर देम वी आर लाइक द एप मैन. दिस इज वॉट आर लेवल इज. दे आर एडवांस एंड दे आर नॉट अलाउिंग द टेक्नोलॉजी टू बी पास्ड ऑन बिकॉज ऑफ दिस नेगेटिविटी एंड दिस एरर सिस्टम विच इज़ हैपनिंग फॉर दिस अर्थ. एंड अगेन इफ यू, उनके लिए सिस्टम अलग है बिकॉज दैट सिस्टम इज फंक्शन डिफरेंट, बट अर्थ के लिए सिस्टम अलग फंक्शन हो रहा है. सो इट्स ऑल डिफरेंट थिंग. बस यहाँ पे वो लोग ने गड़बड़ कर ली. एंड मैनी क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं, बट जितना मेरे को पता है, जितना लाइक वॉट एवर नॉलेज हैव बीन पास्ड ऑन, आई एम जस्ट पासिंग इट ऑन टू यू. सो अब मैं क्या बोलने वाला था साला यार, इसमें भूल ही जाता हूँ मैं. आई फॉरगॉट व्हाट आई वाज गोइंग टू से. इसको पॉज भी नहीं कर सकता. पीछे सुन के ये हमेशा हर बार की तरह होता है मेरा यार. साला कोई बाजू में रहता भी नहीं जो मुझे याद दिलाए ऐसा. अर्थ कर्मा, मुझे शायद पॉज करना पड़ेगा. आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिकलेक्ट व्हाट आई वाज एग्जैक्टली टॉकिंग. सो जस्ट कहाँ पे गया पॉज, कहाँ पे गया पॉज, कहाँ पे गया पॉज, कहाँ पे गया पॉज. सो दिस इज़ द कंटिन्यूशन ऑफ वो अर्थ का बरियल सिस्टम वाला है. मैं फाइनली याद ही नहीं कर पा रहा था लाइक वेयर में कहाँ पे क्या छूट गया था. एंड फाइनली आई हैड टू स्टॉप द वीडियो एंड listen to what I was about to say, and I was not able to recollect. So I was talking basically about जो mangoes वाला mango apple वाला जो scene था. Now what has really gone wrong with the especially Tantra has really played a very bad role in the earth's the karma, the error in the karma systems, because the Tantra was created for some spiritual upliftment and to fix some certain things. Tantra is kind of like a safe mode बोल सकते हैं. Like you have a safe mode in the computer, you can go and do some certain things which you cannot do in a normal mode. So it's like giving a layman example, it works like that. So people misuse Tantra, and even they got the time they realize like one action, like if like 10 kids are there and they are supposed to run, but one kid takes a shortcut. From that one instant itself, they figured the whole thing out. That again, all example from one single instant, they figured the whole thing out, that they had messed up badly, and the laws which were created for the earth, for the betterment and the discipline, everything are gonna go against them. So this was the biggest blunder which was created. And the Tantra which was used for the beneficial, they got in 1 minute itself, once like in an instant they understood like what can a human go to such an extent कि क्या हो सकता है, कहाँ तक जा सकता है ये चीज़ें. कलयुग and everything, whatever we are telling, see everything was calculated. certain level पे जाएगा, certain ये चीज़ें होगी, but कुछ चीज़ें कैलकुलेशन के बाहर जा रही है, बहुत ज़्यादा बाहर जा रही है. दैट थिंग सत्ययुग, Treta, Dwapar, and then Kaliyuga and all this thing, everything was calculated, that negative will rise to peak and everything. It was there in a control, but now what thing is happening, it is going out of control. ये गड़बड़ हो रहा है, यहाँ पे गड़बड़ ये हो रहा है. And especially I'm telling you the tantrics or not agoris नहीं बोल सकता हूँ, but yeah, till some level they invoke energies, they bring from the patal, not patal lok से भी बहुत नीचे होता है, and from different dimensions they extract negativity or create negativity, and multiple things they are doing because of that. Again like I would tell you, some actor like अपना पिक्चर हिट कराने के लिए for twice he did that thing, पिक्चर ने 500 जो भी था करोड़ कमा लिया, they did all that thing, but he didn't harm anyone, but for his own thing ही वेंट थ्रू अ तंत्रा या जो भी, ये सब हिडन होता है, जिसे मुझे पता है बिकॉज आई एम इन दैट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव पार्ट ऑफ दैट अर्थ सिस्टम एंड, तो मुझे ये फंडामेंटल्स और ये सारा चीज़ पता चला कि कहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, मुझे एक आइडिया रहती है ये सारी चीज़ों की. आई हैव अ रफ आइडिया फॉर दैट वर्किंग ऑफ द अर्थ बैक एंड टेक्निकल टीम in a layman language again. Okay, so that जो भी एक्टर था, लाइक प्रोड्यूस डायरेक्टर जो भी, इन्होंने अपना फॉर हिज मूवी डिड दैट थिंग. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड फॉर गेटिंग दैट थिंग डन is like if you want to do a vashikaran on one person, you apply some level of negative energy. If you want to do a vashikaran on lakhs of people, how much amount of negative energy has to be sourced? So that thing happened. The amount of entity or whatever that thing they had sourced for pulling people towards theater and whatever they did, it worked. Got money, got fame, जो भी था, मतलब सब हो गया. बट ऑन रिटर्न क्या हो गया उस चीज़ का? वॉट इज़ द थिंग? It ended up adding a couple of it, like extra some kgs on earth. Now who is going to look after that? No one gives a damn. The celebrities donate all this thing because they do, again, they know the karma balancing, some act, they're aware of that karma balancing, and that's the reason they open up charities. That's the reason, and they try to escape karma. Even there is a heavy error system of earth that is through this tantra only, to tantric and all, they can take the karma of their own head and transfer it on someone else's head. So he will be living his good life, and that karma effect of his own thing will be, someone else will be paying for that. The politicians हो गया, that many celebs हो गए, द बिजनेसमैन हो गए, ये सारे लोग ये सारी हरकतें करते हैं. मैसिव, लाइक पूरा सिटी के ऊपर डाल देते हैं. दे जस्ट एंड अप ट्रांसफरिंग कर्मा टू द होल सिटी और टू द होल विलेज. लाइक एवरीवन वुड एंड अप गेटिंग क्या बोलते हैं, हेडेक और कोल्ड कफ एंड एक्सेट्रा, बिकॉज द कर्मा इज बीइंग डाइल्यूटेड और डाइवर्ट इनटू 100 lakhs ऑफ पीपल. दैट्स हाउ. किसी ने किसी को खाने पे खिला दिया अपने बच्चे के शादी पे. समझे व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू? It is all, they are not mad. No, every action, every cent is being, cent मतलब पैसा, everything is being counted. कोई फ्री में कुछ नहीं कर रहा है. It's all karma diversion. It's all karma manipulation through money, through food and through these activities. कोई ऐसे ही कोई कुछ भी नहीं कर रहा है. Every single act regarding nature or anything against favorism of nature is all for karma manipulation. So ये अनदर एरर सिस्टम हो गया कर्मा का, दैट यू वेरेंट अलाउड टू डू सच थिंग. इट वॉज ओनली टू बी डन विथ सम ऑथराइज पर्सन. यहाँ पे हर कोई तांत्रिक हु गेट्स एन एक्सेस ऑफ दम deities and all of some spiritual power, they is able to do this thing. This is also an error system of earth. So there are so many. See what happens when I will tell you something. When if this is my disciple had asked me, Vishal had asked me this thing. Like he asked me, why Guruji they are planning to like wrap up the chapter of the earth in 2 to 3,000 years. Why can't you fix this thing? I said, you can only fix a thing which is fixable. You cannot fix a thing which is gone out of your hands. If I gave him an example. I said him, now you are a person and then is the other person. now मेरा डिसाइपल है, ठीक है, वो जहाँ पे एरिया में रहता है वहाँ पे नॉनवेज कंज्यूम होता है. आई सेड हिम, आई कैन मेक यू, लाइक तेरे को डंडा मार के, आई कैन लाइक फटका मार, आई कैन हिट यू विथ स्टिक्स एंड ऑल, आई कैन मेक यू डिसिप्लिन एंड आई कैन फिक्स यू. यू आर फिक्सेबल बिकॉज द डैमेजेस और द डिस्टर्बेंस ऑफ ईटिंग नॉनवेज और ड्रिंक और वॉट एवर what he is doing for the earthly pleasure, that is a different aspect. But on a spiritual level, it is a blunder what he was doing. So this thing can be fixed. But if you're killing people, you're doing some blunders, you're looting people and all this, if you're doing this thing, can I fix you? Can you get fixed? Or how much time will it take to fix you? Like 5-6 months of slogging or क्या बोलते, स्लैशिंग हिम विद द स्टिक्स, आई कैन चेंज हिम. फियर हो जो भी हो, बट वहाँ पे मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? आई कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग हो या विच इज़ ऑलरेडी गॉन बियॉन्ड द लिमिट ऑफ रिपेयर्स और एनीथिंग. So that's the reason, like earth already has gone beyond the level of fixing. You cannot fix this thing. It is already there are so many errors in so many this. I have just given you a report of 20%. जो मुझे भी पता चला है, इधर 60-70% एरर तो अभी तक पता भी नहीं है, लाइक आई एम नॉट इवन अवेयर ऑफ कहाँ पे क्या क्या एरर्स है. So me and people like me who have from higher level, we have come down to see where things have gone wrong, what has been miscalculated, because when the things when they are sitting over there, from there if they change something, for that time to get reflected it take 8 to 9 months, and they cannot see it is like a general manager or a vice president or like क्या बोलते रहे, the owner of the company or the managing MD, he cannot understand what is happening on a worker level. He will never get into any strike happens, anything wrong goes, it's not the company's owner who will come in. वो movies में होता है भाई, it is the supervisor or the middleman, the manager, who will go down to their level and know and try to fix the problem. So same people like me have been deployed and to see where the problem is, to understand what has gone wrong and to take a collective decisions to fix some certain things. ये पूरा एरर का सिस्टम हो चुका है. So from tantra to corruption to human mind, everything has gone on a toss. And as for tantra, when you invoke negative beings, negative deities and etc, ये सब होता है. So that thing negative will try to show their dominance. I will tell you, there are 8 pillars of negativity who control, and they said me, I have the control of that thing. They said me that the negativity what is there, that is like the I will tell you another thing. A movie is released in theaters, a movie is released in OTT, and after the release what we get, that is piracy. That is not the way it is planned. You can see movie घर पे by OTT app now, but you cannot see through piracy. It is a thing. So the same here applies the same फंडा. ओके, अब मैं वो आगे की चीज़ अगेन भूल गया साला, मैं क्या बोलने वाला था. सो जाने दो, लाइक मुझे याद नहीं करना, बट ये एरर सिस्टम है. यू कैन नॉट, there is no way to fix these errors. It has gone beyond repairs. And थोड़ी चीज़ मुझे याद आ गई. अभी जैसे पायरेसी कहाँ पे क्या हो रही है. सो someone has been sent to see, okay, यहाँ पे error है, can this be fixed? If this is not being fixed, then this thing has to be removed. So all these are the ways, like people like me who have been deployed, and to see where is the error system, what is happening. You cannot fix everything. So this is the whole energetical error system. And especially tantra wise जो energies नीचे ला रहे, it is also corrupting the minds of people. अभी याद आ गया साला मेरे को. The 8 things, the piracy वाला जो बोल रहा था, 8 pillars of negativity, 8 pillars होते हैं, and उसमें से कुछ extra निकल गया या extra कुछ आ गया, an extra copy of negativity which is not amongst them. The pirated copy is not from the theater release or the OTT. It is some piracy is something created by some different individual, which is not actually legal also. So the negativity which is by doing all this negative tantra kriya and all that extra negativity whatever they have created or they have invoked on that, which is not even supposed to be here, that then tries to establish or क्या बोलते हैं उसको यार, अपना वजूद बताना और to show its presence. Then these things happen. It tries to show its presence by corrupting people's mind, the sexual urges or the fights or the violence, the road rage, ये सारा चीज़, all this thing which is happening, it was not planned. There is some level of negativity, एक certain limit of negative was supposed to be there for being controlled, but what is happening right now is completely out of their hands. So this is the process of taking or wrapping up souls, which are good levels of souls, to take them and shift to some another base, and जो कचरा है उनको यहाँ पे रहना for some years, and then they close the chapter of earth. And they can see if they close the chapter of earth right now, like make some asteroid collision or anything, if they do it, the thing what is happening is the level of negativity which is there, it will splash, the splashes of negativity will go onto other universes and other planets where different life is functioning. It will go over there. That splash will be so heavy. So for doing that thing, they first have to deactivate or neutralize the karma over here. They have to literally 100 से उसको 30-40% पे लाना है. एंड अच्छे सोल्स होने, यू हैव टू टेक आउट दोज गुड सोल्स and then you can, you know, just compress earth, or like compress, or just finish the chapter of earth. This is what it is. And the earth life is maybe 2 to 3,000 years. That's it. It is just not said by me. Like, couple of people, one of my astrologers had asked me, like, many people are saying this, who are into astrological field and are mostly psychic. Is it true? Like, yeah, this is true. They didn't know what is the why, what is the reason, what is, well, they didn't know what is the reason, why is it happening. But I knew the reason, because again, हम administration team के यहाँ से है. So this is this team, this is the thing, and this is the audio video जो भी है ये. And मेरा वो जो भी चल रहा था, या अगर I know obviously you have to understand, I don't prepare anything. It is just मैं बहुत टाइम बाद ये सारी चीज़ें मैं बोल रहा हूँ. So I have to recollect, I have to frame sentences and everything. It's not I'm reading something. So please understand, guys, and just be a bit nice if you wish to. Anyways, that's it for this video. This is Rudravritam signing off. Rudravritam is I'm known by this name in a spiritual realms. So उसके बारे में मैं अलग वीडियो में बताऊंगा, who is Rudravritam, क्या exactly, क्या नहीं, क्या etc etc. Anyways, this is RV signing off. Tada. Hi there. If you feel you have learned anything from this video, or this video has added any piece of information in your spiritual database, do support me. This is the QR code. You can help me out by your any small contribution if this content has been of any help. And as you know, like, I don't make any money from YouTube due to my low subs, so do contribute if this was any worth. God bless.